Have you ever been at the beach, watched a crab scuttle by and just thought, why do they walk like that? It looks so awkward, right? Almost kind of goofy. But what if I told you that sideways shuffle is actually an evolutionary superpower? That it's a secret weapon that turned one specific group of crustaceans into a massive global success? Well, today we're going to crack open the science and uncover the crab's sideways secret.
Okay, so let's get right into it. The question seems so simple, but the answer is incredible. It takes us on a 250 million year journey through time, involves a massive biological plot twist, and leads to a connection with, of all things, cancer. To figure this all out, scientists basically had to become crustacean detectives.
So, how in the world do you scientifically study a walk? You can't just ask the crabs. So what they did was pretty clever. As you can see here, they got 50 different species together, put them in an arena, and just let them do their thing. They filmed everything and then meticulously digitized every single step. This let them turn a simple observation into cold, hard data. No guesswork allowed.
And this is the genius little tool they came up with to measure it all, the Forward Sideways Index, or FSI. It's a really simple score. A +1 means you're a pure forward walker, like us. A -1 means you're a dedicated sidestepper. This little number allowed them to put every single crab on a clear spectrum of movement.
And right away, they found their first huge clue. When they plotted all those FSI scores, they didn't find a smooth range from forward to sideways. Nope. Instead, they found two totally separate clubs, the forward movers and the sideways movers. There were no crabs in the middle, no jack of all trades. This really stark divide was a massive hint that something unique was going on with their evolution.
Now, sideways walking is clearly a winning strategy, right? I mean, most crabs you see today use it. So logically, you'd think evolution would have figured out this brilliant solution multiple times in different crab families. That's usually how good ideas work in nature.
Wrong. Not even close. In the entire history of life on Earth, this complex, game-changing behavior evolved exactly once, a single, solitary origin. And this is where our detective story gets really, really interesting. By mapping their data onto the crab family tree, scientists could actually travel back in time and pinpoint the moment this happened. If you go back 250 million years, the great-great-great-grand crab of them all, a forward walker. Even the early branches of the family tree were still walking forward. Then, around 200 million years ago, in one single group called the Brachyura, a switch was flipped. The sideways scuttle was born, and almost every single crab you can picture today, they all come from that one revolutionary group.
So why was this one change such a big deal? It's what biologists call a key innovation. Think of it like the invention of the smartphone. Before it, you had phones and computers. After it, a whole new universe of apps and possibilities opened up. This new trait allowed crabs to thrive in ways they never could before, leading to this massive explosion of new species. And the researchers were very clear about this. The sideways shuffle wasn't just some weird quirk. It was the key that unlocked the door for crabs to absolutely conquer the world, from coral reefs to the deep sea and even onto land. And the results of this one innovation, they are just staggering. I mean, the data says it all. That one lineage of sideways walkers exploded into over 7,000 species. Meanwhile, their closest forward-walking cousins kind of stalled out at around 150. That is what an evolutionary superpower looks like, in the numbers. It's total domination.
So what exactly makes it so good? Well, it gives them incredibly fast movement in two directions. If a predator shows up, you don't have to waste time turning around. You just go. It's lightning fast and super unpredictable. It also opened up brand new ways for them to dig, to hunt, and to navigate the crazy, complex environments on the seafloor.
But here comes the plot twist. We've just established that the sideways walk is the secret handshake to being a true crab. But what about things that look like crabs? You know, like a giant king crab? Are they in the club? The answer is a big, fat no. And the reason is this amazing phenomenon called carcinization. This is one of the coolest examples of convergent evolution out there. It's this process where totally different crustaceans, like say a hermit crab's ancestor, independently evolved that classic crab body shape. It seems like nature just really, really likes this design. And this comparison just makes it incredibly clear. The sideways walk, a one-time evolutionary miracle, a unique key innovation. The crab body, an idea so good that evolution invented it over and over and over again. So while a king crab might look the part, it's basically an evolutionary imposter.
It walks forward because it's not from that one special lineage. The true mark of a crab isn't its body, it's its walk.
But, evolution is never a straight line. So get this for another twist. Some descendants of that original sideways walking group have actually given it up. You've got species like decorator crabs that cover themselves in camo, or tiny pea crabs that live inside clams. They didn't need that fast escape anymore. With other defenses, they actually reverted back to walking forward. Their superpower just wasn't necessary anymore. So, we know the what, the walk, and we know the when. But to really understand the how evolution actually built this incredibly successful body plan from scratch, we have to go deeper. We have to look past the behavior and into the genetic source code itself.
And when scientists compared the genomes, a story started to unfold in layers. Okay, so all crabs got an upgrade to their nervous system genes. Makes sense. Then, the true crabs added extra genes for surviving in different kinds of water. Also logical. But the sideways walkers, this is where it gets really strange. They show this massive expansion in genes related to cancer. What on earth is going on here?
Well, this leads us to the final and honestly the most profound revelation of this whole story. To get this, you have to think about what the crab body plan actually is. It's a story of two opposing forces working together.
On the one hand, you need explosive but very highly controlled cell growth. This is how you build that big, wide, armored front section, the cephalothorax. It's a huge construction project happening at the cellular level.
And at the exact same time, you need the complete opposite. You need extreme targeted cell destruction, what's called programmed cell death, to shrink the long tail of their ancestors into that tiny little flap that they tuck underneath their body. You are actively demolishing part of the old body plan. So you have this bizarre combination, rapid controlled growth up front and rapid controlled degrowth in the back. And the genetic toolkit that nature uses to manage these two incredibly powerful opposing forces is the very same toolkit that when it goes haywire in us, we call cancer.
And this is the jaw-dropping connection. These crabs have multiple copies of genes, like one called SMG1, which in humans are linked to tumor growth. But evolution, in its absolute genius, has hijacked this incredibly powerful genetic system, one designed to regulate cell growth and death, and repurposed it. It's using the genetics of destruction for an act of creation to sculpt one of the most successful bodies on the planet.
The authors of the genomic study put it so bluntly. They say the crab has a cancer-like body plan. It's a feature, not a bug. They are using the master controls of cellular life and death to literally build themselves.
So, the next time you see a crab scuttling sideways, remember what you're really looking at. You're seeing the result of a single, revolutionary trick and a masterful hijacking of some of life's most dangerous and powerful genetic pathways. It just makes you wonder, what other incredible secrets are just waiting to be discovered, hiding in plain sight, right inside the code of life?